ceasefire, no vote.
No justice, no vote.
No justice, no vote.
No freedom, no vote.
No freedom, no vote.
Biden, Biden, you can't hide.
Biden, Biden, you can't hide.
You are funding genocide.
You are funding genocide. Genocide Joe has got to go.
Genocide Joe has got to go.
Genocide Joe has got to go.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
We will never let you die!
Justice is our demand.
Biden, Biden, you're a liar!
Biden, Biden, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire!
We demand a ceasefire.
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada, intifada!
Intifada, intifada!
Intifada, intifada!
Intifada, intifada!
There is only one solution!
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Biden, Biden, what do you say? How many kids have you killed today?
No freedom, no vote!
No ceasefire, no vote!
No ceasefire, no vote.
And the aid to Israel!
And the aid to Israel.
And the aid to Israel!
And the aid to Israel.
And the aid to Israel!
And the aid to Israel.
Every time Biden lies,
Every time Biden
a
lies,
baby in Gaza
a
dies.
baby in Gaza dies.
Every time Biden lies,
Every time Biden lies.
Genocide Joe has got to go.
Genocide Joe has got to go.
Genocide Joe has got to go.
Genocide Joe has got to go. Come November, we'll remember.
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 Biden, Biden, you will see.
Biden, Biden, you will see.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Time.
No more money for Israel's pride.
Not another penny, not another dollar.
Not another penny, not another dollar. No more money for Israel's slaughter.
Bombing teachers is a crime! Bombing teachers is a crime! Bombing doctors is a crime! No ceasefire, no sleep! No justice, no peace!
No more fear. Genocide is crystal clear. Free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine.
No justice, no peace!
No more hiding, no more fear.
No more hiding, no more fear.
Genocide is crystal clear.
Genocide is crystal clear.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
Long live Gaza.
Long live Gaza.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Palestine.
Every day, we keep looking to see what the U.S. government will do. And this government has done nothing but continue to aid and abet this genocide. This is all a resounding reminder to me to never place my hope on morally bankrupt politicians to do what is morally right and just.
Right. Right.
I am looking to the NEA, my educational leaders, to take the action steps necessary to demand that President Biden secures a permanent ceasefire, stop sending military funding, equipment, and intelligence to Israel, and commits to a fair due process for asylum seekers and refugees. The NEA must begin the process of revoking their endorsement to the president for the 2024 election until these conditions are met.
Did you know NEA now has a big campaign against gun violence? Yes, they're very concerned about gun violence. But what about in Palestine? Don't you think we need to stop gun violence in Palestine?
Yes.
So when I say stop gun violence, you say in Palestine. Okay, here we go. Stop gun violence.
In Palestine.
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 NEA leadership, after considerable pressure from a lot of us, eventually came out with a statement bold enough to include the word ceasefire in it. And that was great, except to demonstrate real solidarity with the Palestinian people, with the workers, the educators, students, the medical providers, the journalists. We need to do much more. A tweet isn't enough.
Joe Biden stated that if Israel did not exist, then no Jews would be safe.
Shame!
We know that the state of Israel makes nobody safe. The state of Israel protects nobody except for the pockets of a few powerful people like Joe Biden. Shame. NEA's endorsement of Joe Biden implies that his values align with ours. It's also a slap in the face after never even calling for a ceasefire. NEA has an opportunity right now to listen to their members and to finally join us on the right side of history.
None of us are free until we are all free. The centuries-long fight to resist anti-Blackness and assert Black humanity has taught us how our struggles are intertwined and that it isn't possible to only secure our liberation. Collective liberation is the only path forward. As educators, we have a duty to center collective liberation in our pedagogy and curriculum. We cannot let the false claims of anti-Semitism deter us from ensuring our students understand that the pursuit of collective liberation is how we keep Palestinians, Jewish people, and all of us safe. We call on NEA, who has always endorsed Black Lives Matter at school, and AFT, who finally endorsed us a few years ago, to go beyond tokenizing our movement and paying lip service to the words Black Lives Matter, and to truly embrace and live by our 13 guiding principles and 4 demands. Teachers deserve a union that explicitly and unequivocally makes Black Lives Matter at school a reality and uplifts the fight for our collective liberation, which requires a free Palestine from the river to the sea.
My name is Sarah Suhail, and I have been a special education teacher at North County High School since 2019 in Anne Arundel County Public Schools. On November 6, 2023, a staff member sent an email titled Israel-Hamas War to the entire school staff. The email contained biased language as well as information and links to biased political resources that had been approved by the county. We were expected to use these resources to educate our students about the crisis in Gaza. I will forever stand with the Palestinian people in their quest for self-determination, equal rights, and fair representation. Misinformation and language both also carry significant weight in shaping our perspective towards the Palestinian plight and the crisis in Gaza. I feared that this email would inevitably perpetuate dangerous stereotypes that Muslims, Arabs, Middle Easterners, South Asians, and visibly brown folks have endured for decades and make them even more vulnerable to hate crimes and therefore create an unsafe,
school culture. In addition to speaking to the principal, I spoke to the colleague who sent the email. And while our conversation was civil, I understood there was no intention to correct the initial communication in the email. I felt it was my duty, as educators have done in previous social justice and civil rights movements, to share my valuable perspective with the rest of the staff by replying to that email. Since November 16th, 10 days later, I have been under investigation by the county, which pertains to my employment status because my message was not approved by the school administration. Let me first make myself crystal clear. I do not need approval to oppose inflammatory, non-factual language and discriminatory practices. Especially if it is to protect myself, other staff who may have been too afraid to speak up, and my students.
That's right.
Several of my colleagues have sent unapproved emails to staff, one of whom did so the very same day I was placed under investigation, and even joked about sending an unapproved email. Others have also sent emails without adhering to one or more of the required criteria when sending out emails. The county has not taken any disciplinary action against them. Whoa. Boo. And so, what is the difference between these colleagues and me? My email made a reference to Israel and Palestine. Not to mention, I am a woman of intellect, an intellectual woman of color who presented historically factual information. And they are scared of us. Because I was the only one who was targeted, singled out, and selected. Shame. School systems will make bogus claims that we as educators are entitled to an investigative interview or required to be put on administrative leave as part of our due process, and they will disguise it as such. But the reality is that these investigations in itself are a form of retaliation, a form of punishment that educators like myself should never deserve in the first place. They will claim we are insubordinate for sending out unapproved emails, but that is simply a tactic to silence us. Or they'll dance around the notion of insubordination when in actuality our actions were truly never insubordinate. Rather, we were simply being loud in our fight for a free Palestine.
Hi, my name is Sky Kim. I'm a sophomore and proud Marxist socialist revolutionary in Walter Johnson High School in MCPS. All my life, I have felt such validation from being the stellar student I was conditioned to be. Straight A's, honor roll, AP classes, those were my priorities. But children are also not stupid. We can feel that there is a gross injustice in the world that we live in the system that we live under. But when we are told that this educational, political, economic system is a harsh but necessary reality, what other option do we have? The other option is liberation and revolution. The education system as it stands in the belly of the beast of an empire is a propaganda machine. We are taught how to survive a capitalist, imperialist economy, but not know how to overthrow one. We are caught chest deep in exams, homework, and textbooks, none of which teach us about the liberation and occupation of our brothers and sisters. We are only prepared to be caught in the exact same cycle of exhaustion from work as adults, ignoring the genocides in the world. However, while I circle the answers to my chemistry quiz, Palestinian children are being bombed in UN schools. I don't want a ceasefire that is shorter than a school week. I don't want a ceasefire that can begin with a Monday presentation and end before my Friday afternoon exam. We need a permanent We need a permanent and immediate ceasefire, but let our intentions be clear. We do not want only a permanent ceasefire. We want immortalized liberation. We need immortalized liberation. The education system and its suppression of educators and students are made to keep us always 2 steps too far from revolution. But I refuse. I stand here as part of the youth of today and of tomorrow, and we, the students, refuse. I refuse the system. I refuse its indoctrination. We refuse. We resist the system by doing exactly what it was designed to keep me from. I resist by prioritizing not the minute details of my class essay, but instead prioritizing teaching myself about liberation and educating my peers. I teach myself and others what the empire has been designed to keep from us, for there is a reason why every single corrupt system ever has targeted education and the youth, because knowledge is power. We resist, we agitate, we push forward by prioritizing, fighting against the genocide of our Palestinian brothers and sisters. We need to fund schools and education, not bombs and occupation. The system can trap and subdue a people for only so long, and the youth are tired. The youth are resisting. I am proof that we are out here in the streets. The people are tired, and the people will not take more. I stand here to fight for the liberation of my Palestinian, Congolese, and Sudanese brothers and sisters. We will free Palestine and Congo and Sudan. We will free all of our occupied comrades within our lifetime. And within that same lifetime, we will overthrow and overturn the system of imperialism and colonialism and capitalism. I stand here in the belly of the beast, and I'm declaring that there is only one solution: from DC to Gaza, globalize the Intifada. So when I die, which I must do someday, may the trail of my death be coiled with a legacy of peace, of compassion, of liberation. My life is a servant to the people and to the movement alone, for this world does not have to be our reality, our only choice. After all, if we as humans are not placed on this earth to have compassion, to help each other, to help us grow, to have empathy, then what on earth could we possibly be here for? There will be no business as usual, no class as usual, as Israel seeks to destroy the entire educational system of Gaza and create the most dangerous country in the world for journalists. This is what the empire does. It takes in the leaders and to the leaders of the world today, and to Joe Biden and to all of our elected representatives, so-called, in Congress. We want you to know that you are a coward, for we the people have the power. We the people have the power. We the students have the power. Israel may have been allowed to break every international rule with zero consequences and billions in U.S. funding, but at the very end of the day, Israel is not exceptional. We the people are exceptional, and the people united will never be defeated. We have been taught to be nice to cops, to be nice to institutions, to give the empire the benefit of the doubt. But this generation says no. This generation understands that we cannot settle with tapping away at the system from within. This generation understands that the entire system must be torn down and a new one must be built up from its ashes. No matter the censorship and harassment I face from my administration and from my own peers, I am not afraid to say that Zionism is fascism. Zionism must fall down. I have received heightened censorship from my school administration as of late. Just as of yesterday, my school administration used security on a 15-year-old girl to pull her from her class and berate her. And what was her offense? This is not the first time my school admin has pulled me out for what I say about Palestine. When I was told by my English teacher that I cannot write about Palestine for my argumentative assignment, I said that was ridiculous. When they said that I should not even mention Gaza in my assignment, I pushed back, and this is how my school administration has responded. Escalatory and aggressive. Walter Johnson, this one is for you. Walter Johnson, you are complicit in genocide. Walter Johnson, you protect white supremacy, and shame on you, and shame on the administration who pretends to fight for us but fails to protect its Arab, Muslim, and Palestinian students. Shame on you, and shame to my acting principal, Miss Morgan. sexually assaulted me, that you and the school did not have enough power within your jurisdiction to help me. Why did you berate me? Why is it that when I reported another sexual assault this year, that it wasn't within the jurisdiction of the school to do much? I couldn't even be moved from my class from him. But how is it that when I speak up against genocide and fascism and white supremacy, that you are swift as ever to silence me and to censor me? How is that within your jurisdiction now? I am not afraid of my administration. My last breath will be for the people and for Palestine. Silence me again. I will be louder than ever. Silence me again. I will push back with full force. I will not stand idle to a Zionist institution and to my peers, especially to my male classmates. Why is it that you thought I was hot, that you catcalled me in the hallways last year, and now you are denouncing me for my activism against the Palestinian genocide, for my activism for feminism, for my activism for a socialist revolution? Why now do you hate me when last year you catcalled me almost every single day? My last breath will always be for the people of this world. A new system must be created, and from the birth of a new system, we will also bear a system where education is not for genocidal propaganda, but where education is valued, where our educators are valued, where the youth is valued, and where the future is valued. The empire of genocide, occupation, and capitalism has lasted for far too long. This story is not new. From Hawaii to Palestine, occupation is a crime. From Mexico to Palestine, holy walls have got to go. From Palestine to the Philippines, defund the war machine. Immigrants and people of color are not your enemy. It is a dictatorship of the ruling class. We must tear it down. Stop lying to Jewish youth. Stop exploiting generational trauma of the Jewish people to propagate a genocide. It must stop. Every wall, every policy made to separate us and alienate others must go. Now from the river to the sea, Palestine will soon be free, for I am one break in the youth of the revolution, and we are alive and strong. The revolution is alive and strong in the belly of the beast of the empire. And last of all, remember, learning, teaching, writing and speaking, art, community, agitation, these are the things that keep resistance alive, revolution strong, and liberation possible. We the people have the power. Workers make the world run. Workers should run the world. We will never be defeated as students, as educators, as the people. Long live the Intifada!